Angelo lives the type of life that most men do today. Angelo listens to the agenda that people tell him about women, and he believes every single thing that he hears. Women are oppressed. Women are this. Women get paid less than men and they need more money. Women need more rights. Angelo buys into it all. And so there he is, a sucker for women, and none of the women even like him. But Aurelius was a different man. Aurelius recognized that if you live a natural life, if you live how things were intended to be, then you will live a good life. To Aurelius, nothing natural is evil. I remember when I was in college and I had just gotten to meet my first friend group. Imagine what that's like. Imagine leaving home and now you're finally there and you're starting to meet people that you might like. These are people you might connect with over the next 4 years. And you finally started to get a little group of people that like hanging around with you. They like your presence. And so here I am in college with my group. It was an extremely liberal group. I went to school in New York, literally New York University, one of the most liberal schools in the country. And bro, I remember when I was talking to one of my friends. It was a girl. Her name was Muli, and she was as liberal as it gets. She was telling this story about how she had a sexual interaction with this guy, and the guy started, playing around with her, and I think she mentioned that this guy started maybe rubbing her clit in the wrong way. She said, my clit, and then I remember I was confused what she was telling the story, and so I asked her, clit, what's that? And she's like, I'm very disappointed that you don't know what that is, but I'll tell you what it is later. And I was like, disappointed? I was fucking confused. I didn't know what it was. I was 18 going to college, had no experience before then, and this girl is telling me that I should know something that I have no idea about. I lived the most sheltered life before that. So afterwards, she eventually tells me what it was, but she didn't understand the type of life that I had come from. She thought I was this type of fuckboy before I even got to school, so she thought wrong. I knew nothing. But anyways, here's what I want you to understand. I want you to understand that the agenda and the narrative that's being played out there about women is completely wrong. Especially with the feminist agenda. That's the most particular thing. Because feminists will tell you that they want equal rights. Guess what? They now have equal rights. And are they still fighting? Yes. When you have won the war, what are you still fighting for? Well, now they want equal pay. It's like, okay, well, we'll give them equal pay, and then what? Well, now they want more positions in government. Well, now they want more CEOs. It's a perpetual cycle. You're never satisfied. And so, when I was in France, I was talking to my sister, and my sister was telling me that she believes in feminism. And I said, okay, well, why do you believe in it? She's like, well, don't you think women should have equal rights? I said, sure, why not? Why? Let's give them equal rights. And then what? And she said, well, you have to understand that this is a good cause, and don't you think women should be this and this? And don't you think women should have this and this? Here's the thing. Women will use emotional arguments on you. What kind of person are you if you don't think that women should have equal rights? Well, I don't think they should. And here's why. Because men and women are different. And so when you look at the effect that feminism has had in the history books, it will be one of the leading causes of the downfall of civilization. And here's why. Feminism completely destroyed the division of labor in the family unit. And then it outsourced that labor to the government. And so what happens to men? What happens to you when you become a fully grown man and now you have a family? And then your woman thinks that she doesn't even need you. And where does she start having that thought process? When does she start feeling that? Well, when she was in school. When they told her women can become anything. Women can do it all. It's a poisonous narrative that's been put out there. And I'm not saying women should stay at home, do work. Actually, I am. Just stay at the house. I don't know what you're doing. But no, seriously. The ramifications of this aren't a joke, because if people don't divide what they should do, it's called divide and conquer for a reason, right? You don't have in the army people that are supposed to be in the Air Force, people that are trained for the Air Force. You don't have them in the Navy SEALs. You don't have people that have a particular skill set doing something that is completely contrary to what their main focus and what their main objective is. Here's the thing, men and women are different. Men are better in some things. Men are physically stronger. Men are better drivers. Men have better minds for things such as engineering, science, technology. But here's the thing, women are just as valuable except in different things. Women are way better caregivers. Women are way more emotional. Women are a great support system. Women can raise a kid. Women can lactate. All of these things that men cannot do. So we have a civilization. And this civilization is predicated on the fact that men and women do different things. Bro, I used to think that men and women were equal and that they should have equal opportunity in life, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Because the reason why women got the right to vote, the reason why women started working, is because the government needed more tax money. Women used to be happier. Read a book about post-World War II era. I read The Fourth Turning, talking about how people used to be way happier, way more fulfilled, way less problems, way less divorce. And yet here we are trying to expand the amount of people that can work because our country's debt is so big that we can't do anything. So the bottom line is this: don't believe the narrative that's put out there about feminism, about women, about being woke, because there's nothing new under the sun. And so I switched from being this extreme liberal to somebody that has more conservative views. I don't completely align as a conservative, but I generally believe that what's natural, what's been done for a long time, is what's going to survive. And you should too. I know it's not your fault that you feel this way, that you think that women deserve all of these rights, that you think that you should support women in everything. Because that's what the media has told us is to be true. That's what Oprah told you. That's what all of these high-achieving Michelle Obama people told you. And so you have to really start thinking deeply about the nature of things and about the nature of the world, because you start to realize that nothing is as it seems. And nothing is what it's been portrayed as. Because at the end of the day, who's teaching in the schools? What percentage of it is men? And so all of these women are teaching classes, right? You have your third grade teacher, fat lady, who wants nothing to do with boys running around and being boys. And so you become weak and submissive because you have to submit to your third grade teacher and you have no choice. But what if you had a male teacher throughout your entire life? A male role model, somebody that you could look up to, somebody that you could become strong like, somebody that you could emulate. How different would your life be if we had more strong role male models? That's the goal, is to be a good, strong role model for people that are younger than you, so that they can live a better life than you did even before you had the stuff. Even before you could go take a vacation when you wanted. Even before you were rich, even before the money. It's so important for a man to have a mentor, a mentee, and people on the same playing field as him. So if anything, if you've learned something, pass it on. That way the information stays moving and we grow as a culture. That's it for today. I just wanted to make sure you understand that you're being lied to and you can do something about it. Peace.